February hasn't necessarily gone the way that we expected, the way that we had hoped for. It's been a red February so far, but it's looking like the market is about to build a little momentum and possibly close on the green note. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that, but I want to talk about March. March has the opportunity to give us some momentum, to send prices surging to the upside. And in fact, I believe we are very close to adoption taking place, and data does in fact support this. And I want to show you guys exactly what I mean. So if you're new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. Again, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I don't think people understand that in order for February to be a green month, we don't have to move that far. We're currently down. Oh, let's take a look at the monthly. We're currently down about 18% in terms of ADA. And where we need to get to is actually just about 95 cents or so. And what's interesting is, this current formation that ADA's in, this is the exact formation that can allow us to make a break up to those ranges. That is the exact target of this broadening, descending, this right angle broadening, descending wedge. And ADA continues to show signs that it wants to move up. The conviction is really stepping in. We're continuing to set these higher lows. And all we need is just the right series of events to cause a little bit of a positive spark in the market. All right. Now, let's talk about March. What is March going to bring? And I think it is a lot of green. If we do tend to have a red February, we tend to have a green March. We tend to see a lot of what we lost be made up in a big way come the following month. Q1 of the year following the halving tends to be green. All right. We tend to see a lot of adoption and excitement start to build in the market at this point. And frankly, we're beginning to enter some times where the market just wants to boom in general. I'll show you guys why that is. Now, that being said, what I think we're going to do in March is I believe we are going to be testing this $1.32 range, our cycle high. Now, obviously, this isn't a guarantee. I don't know what's going to happen for sure. And I'm not saying that that's where we peak. I think that would be a very good sign, a very good step in March. And understand that when the ball starts rolling, things can accelerate from there very quickly. So first of all, let's talk about money. Let's talk about what capital is in fact doing. And what we've seen from February is very interesting. It's been very lopsided. So what we've seen is a lot of capital actually start to flow in right around February 2nd, right around February 3rd, 4th, around the times where we saw the big discounts in the crypto market, right? And so what we saw was some of the highest inflows we have seen since November into exchanges. This is net flows, all right? So this is not, just inflows. This is capital moving in and out. And it was positive, very much to the positive side. Hundreds of millions of dollars, the largest of which being February 3rd at $876 million. Who tried to get capital into the market on those days? I did. I think it was more around like right up in here or so. But anyways, then what we saw was actually over the last 3 days, not including today so far, we saw more massive inflows taking place to the tune of $819 million, $259 million, and then $250 million. All right. So we have seen over the last 2 days over $1.2 billion worth of capital flowing into exchanges. All right. That is a very positive and promising sign. And in fact, it's very similar to what we started to see right here from July into August, right as August started to basically be our floor. And we started to see more and more inflows take place more and more consistently. Now, that being said, obviously there's this big red box from today's data, and this is an outflow of $788 million. And it says incomplete because today is still ongoing. And now what we're starting to see is obviously a little bit of green in terms of price. So we'll just have to be patient and kind of wait and see how the day shakes out. But what we are starting to see is capital show just a little bit of excitement. We're starting to see the money that's on the sidelines flow back into the market just a little bit. Now, that being said, what we're also seeing, and something I think is very important, is what is just around the corner? Tax time. What do people get during tax time? Money back. And while we don't know where that capital is going to flow and how much is going to hit, what I have been watching and what I am seeing tick up is actually app downloads for the IRS to Go app. It's actually the 68th most downloaded app in the Apple Play in the Apple Store. And why I'm mentioning this is when this frequency is picking up, what we are seeing is activity. People are in fact filing their taxes, they're watching their tax returns, and they're looking for when they're going to get capital back. And what that means is that we're likely to start seeing some of that capital enter the space. What I have been watching as well is exchange downloads. Now, if you guys remember back in March of last year, this is something that we watched very closely, and it was a good time to see when retail was paying attention. And what hasn't really been in the top downloads as of late is anything crypto related. It's been very blah, very boring. There's not a whole lot going on. But what actually just cracked into the top 200 today was actually Coinbase. Coinbase is now the 152nd most downloaded free app on the App Store. Now, that is still a long ways to go. And if you guys remember at the time, I think both Coinbase and Robinhood were within the top 30 at that point. So we still have a ways to go. But what we're seeing is the early signs of interest increasing, the early signs of what may be coming over the course of this next month. This is exactly why I think that March is going to be good. I think it's going to be explosive. There's a lot of pent up energy here, and it's just waiting to burst. It's just waiting for that first domino to fall to really start making prices move forward. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think we're going to finish February on a good note? Are we going to see things begin to accelerate? But have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.